So, what do you think about this Ginger J situation? Like, he was going mad at at black women, basically. I think, like, you know, he was talking about the hair, and for me, I'm just like, okay, yeah, women wear wigs, and if that's not your thing, that's cool. But I think anything what he said wasn't even really validated or listened to because of how he did it. And I think how you express yourself and communicate with others says a lot about you as a person, and if people are even willing to listen to what you're saying, because he was so angry. Yeah, it's like no one is hearing what you're saying when you're so angry, and it clearly showed that he was triggered somewhere. Then he starts talking about his mum. I'm sure he's talking about his mum. It was mad, like, and his family. It was a madness. Saying he don't want no one like his mum. And I don't know, man. I just think it's a techie situation. I think that if you're communicating on subjects like that, which I think are important subjects for black people, especially when we're talking as a community about black women, yeah, I think, and I've done it before, and even when I'm doing it in a way where I'm sharing facts and linking that to my experiences and maybe some opinions and whatever, people are getting really offended by that. And I'm someone that personally, I have a lot of black women in my family. I love black women. I want the best for them. But if you really want the best for someone, you don't start arguing and being aggressive towards them and just kicking off like that. That's not how you have a efficient conversation. Productive is a better word, 100%. So it's just a little bit disappointing, really. And then it's gone from all of that to my man's got the sack and he's been dropped from like Pain Game or whatever that he was on. But
I think what it has shown by him as a young man having that conversation is that he wasn't ready for a conversation like that. He's not healed enough to be able to have difficult conversations as yet.
No.
Because these are, like you said, these conversations are techie and there's a lot of emotion around them.
Yeah.
And people are very easily triggered when a black man says he doesn't date black women. Yeah. Or any, that's just one situation. Any situation where people get triggered, when people talk about any subject, nationalism, abortion, immigration, people are very, very highly strung. So to be able to communicate and get through to people and have a rational discourse, it takes a certain personality that has to be healed themselves so they can have a conversation without being triggered and without being violent or angry or whatever. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about him. I have nothing bad or good to say about Ginger J. I don't want to speak his name or speak out of turn because I don't want to speak his business. But from the clip I saw is maybe he's not yet ready to have that kind of conversation.
But it almost feels like he's also not, and this is how I see it as a man, yeah. If you're a black man and you're not with a black woman, have some confidence in your decision, bro.
What about him did not have confidence?
Like, this is why I'm not with, brother. You're not with black women because that's not your preference. Yeah. You don't need to start attacking them saying, this is why, because of this, because of that, blah, blah, blah.
But that's a trigger.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's defensive as well. It looks defensive.
But that's trigger. That's what a trigger does, right?
He's defensive. He's like he feels almost attacked at the fact that why are you not with a black woman?
That's what a trigger is.
Yeah.
A trigger is you stop listening to what's being said and you just start figuring out your defense.
It's like, and to me, that shows that he's not confident in his decision, or he feels a way about his decision.
He's not healed yet in why he's making his decisions. But also, you have to understand, as much as we say, if a black man has a preference for non-black women, they should just be confident and say it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. If anyone has any preference, they should be confident to say it.
Yeah.
But I have seen in my observation, and I'm not black, so I don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
But I have seen in my observations and being raised around black people all my life, is black men do tend to get shamed if they say they don't like black women.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
But I don't even think they need to say they don't like black women.
No, sorry, let me rephrase that.
I think just by being with a woman that's not black,
that's what I mean. They might love black
is
women.
linked to you don't like black women.
And not just you don't, even if, like, you're right, I shouldn't say they don't like black women. Even if they love black women, but at the moment they're not dating one, they're dating a white woman.
Yeah, it's
the narrative will be, not only do you hate black women, but you hate yourself as a black man.
Yeah.
What do you hate about yourself?
And what is that about?
Date white women.
But what is that about?
I think, and again, I can't speak for black women because I'm not a black woman, but my observation seems to be that they are just butthurt that the guy doesn't want them. But rather than trying to work out why they have not been chosen and how they can make themselves more attractive to the people that they want to be attractive to, they're just shaming them. Shaming a black man who doesn't date black women is not a way for him to try and date black women.
No.
Do you understand?
It's the complete
It's going to reinforce it the
as
other
to
way
why,
around.
yes.
Because
he's
he's
not
going to
feel welcome.
Thank God I made the right decision.
Not going to feel
welcome. And that's
welcome.
exactly why that guy, Ginger J, said, see, this is the reason. This is why I don't date black women.
100%.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if
But then someone's got to be the level-headed person here.
But that's the point I'm making.
Someone's got to be the more mature.
Well, that's the point. And it works both ways. And it's a bit of a, like you said, it's a techie situation because one, these people are not healed enough to have that situation. Because me, as if I was a black woman and I'm trying to understand why black men don't like me as a black man, as a black woman, to be honest, most black men, again, black is a big word to use. If you go to Africa, all the black men are with black women because there's only black women there. Do you understand? So now you've got to work out, are you saying that they're only with black women because there's only black women there? And are you saying if white women got introduced to Africa, all the black men would start going with white women? And they're only with black women because that's the only option.
But I think if there were white men there, there's many black women that would also go with white men.
And that's what we've got to work out. Is it a situation where, like I say, saying black people is a big statement. If you're talking specifically about black British and African American, right? They're dating, a lot of them are going outside their race to date. Now you've got to think, why are they doing that? So if you really want to work it out, and this is the point, this isn't any argument or anything that you do as a person. Are you genuinely trying to figure out what's going on, or are you just having your moment to be what's the word they say, outraged?
I think black men have more options.
They do.
And we've kind of spoken about this. I feel like black men have more options, so they explore them.
But
I feel like black women naturally actually want to be with black men out of any other race.
I get that.
And they find that difficult because of the volume of men available.
But black men are specifically saying there's characteristics of black women that they do not find attractive.
Yeah.
And very rarely are those characteristics physical.
No.
Because black women are,
that's actually a great
generally speaking, very attractive. Black women truly are beautiful. In my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of black men, and I would say in the opinion of men in general.
Yeah.
Men in general will look at black women and say, black women are attractive. There's some guys that don't like black women physically. Fine. That's a physical preference. But usually, if you think about it, when black men are saying they don't date black women,
it's not because of their
very
aesthetics.
rarely do they say because they're ugly.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
Am I lying?
That's fair. It's usually based on behavioural,
Yeah. It's to do with personality, it's to do with upbringing, it's to do with morality, it's to do with views, it's to do with difference in lifestyle, it's to do with standards, it's to do with demanding, and it's to do with the difference in what they want.
That's a good shout, but what women will say, black women will say, is that men always talk about their hair.
Okay, that's cool. That's one thing. Women always talk about men's height. Shit happens, right? There's things that are obvious. The point I'm trying to make is, if me as a man, forget the word black now. As a man, if women are saying, we don't like you, we don't want to date you, we want to date whatever. And not only are they saying that, they're doing it. Because sometimes women say they want one thing and they date something totally different. Same with men. They say they want good guys, good girls, and they're just dealing with outside girls. Do you know what I mean? But if you're seeing women, they're saying they don't want you because they don't find you attractive, but they find this thing attractive. As a man, if I want to then be attractive to women, I'm going to see what they find attractive and try and be that to attract them. I'm not going to shame them and say, well, you should find me attractive because I'm a king and you should like me.
Yeah.
So when black women are saying why black men are saying they don't find them attractive, rather than saying, okay, what do we need to change if we want black men?
Yeah.
Or not even what do we need to change? What do we need to address? Is there anything that black men are saying that actually makes sense? And if we look at it without ego...
But they're not doing that, though.
They're not doing that.
They're
what
just
they're
blaming
doing
them.
is like, no, you should just love us.
Yeah.
Because we're beautiful black women. But like I said to you before, the amount of black men that I see that don't date black women, and I know a lot. I know a lot of black men who don't date black women, or are not dating black women at the moment and have dated black women. I don't think I've ever heard, very, very rarely have I said they don't like black women because of anything to do with physicality or looks.
It's true.
It's never been, I don't just find
true.
black women attractive.
I
Yes,
think
some do.
that's,
Some do.
I think that's
There are some.
probably the last thing I've heard about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's never that I don't find them attractive.
It's never the first thing that
And
comes
men,
up.
I just want to let you know, men are not that choosy with women. Men are not that choosy. We don't get a lot of options. Most men can't get a girl. So
It's true, to be fair.
if they're saying, I don't want a whole race of women, and it's not because of looks, there is something very serious in a personality trait that they really don't like.
Yeah.
So my advice to black women is figure out and listen to what they are saying. Now, they could be wrong and you might not agree with it and you might say, fine. But rather than shaming men for their preferences, listen to why they have those preferences.
Then I don't want to be like, oh, women. But then we could look at that as being all women, because a lot of women are not really willing to listen.
That's a feminine trait.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, black women are specifically being told as a group of women.
Yeah,
We're not talking about men just saying women generally, they don't listen to us, they don't. But there is a group of men that are of the same race as a group of women, and they're saying, we have problems with you, so we are going outside of our race. Listen to those guys.
And do you know what's funny? I think it's this generation.
Yes.
I don't think it's my mum's generation.
No.
I think it's this generation.
The problem is, and this is the thing that...
Which is quite interesting.
It's quite prominent in the black community. It's unfortunate because I always say the amount of black dads who are active in their kids' life are really good dads.
Did you see the stats? Did you show me the stats?
Maybe.
About black dads? I'll tell you after.
Yeah, no, listen, black men don't automatically make bad dads and don't automatically make absent fathers. There are so many black men that are great fathers and active in their kids' life and great, right? The problem is there's a lot of girls that have been raised in single parent families, right? And this is what I always say, and I stand by it. People know nothing when they are born. They learn everything. Men are not made. Men are not born, they are made. I say that all the time, don't I? Men are not, no one's born a man is made. Wives are not born. Wives are made. So if you want to be a wife, you have to ask, who taught you to be a wife? How can a single mother teach you how to be a wife when she's never been married? Who are you learning from?
Yeah.
What traits in a husband are you looking for if you've never had that man in the house? And that's the same for guys.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, and this is what we were talking about, and it's a bit of a mixed thing. We were talking about useless men, and all these men are useless. Who's raising them? We're having a whole generation of men being raised by women. Who's teaching them how to be a man? A woman. So how can you say men are useless when you've raised them? Women are raising them and then saying they're useless. Who's shown them how to be a man? How can a woman teach a boy how to be a man?
Yeah.
All right, they can try and toughen them up. They can be, whatever. They can put them in a boxing class and all that kind of stuff and stick them in the army and do whatever. But you can't. Men, husbands, wives, women, they are not born, they are made. Everything we are is made. So you have to start asking the question, who's making these? And I see so many young girls coming up, men aren't shit.
Yeah.
Because they just heard that from their mum
Yeah.
all their life.
Yeah.
Because either dad wasn't around, or maybe dad was around and was a waste man. But now you think all men are useless because all you've heard, we repeat what we say, we're parrots. You hear something enough around your house, if every time someone does something and your mum's like, fucking useless men, man,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
men,
yeah.
fucking men, fucking men, you're going to
It's
start
learned
believing
behaviour, isn't it?
Of course
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So with these young black women, the problem's not your looks.
No, it's not.
And the thing is, our ego, when we get told you're too combative or you're too whatever, our ego is quick to say, you just can't handle a strong woman.
Yeah.
You just can't handle a strong woman. Think about what they're saying. It's not about they can't handle. Men can handle a lot. Men can handle a lot. They're choosing not to. Given the choice, they're choosing not to be with you. And that doesn't mean the only other option is some walkover, doormat, submissive white girl who let them do whatever they want.
But that's what they think it is.
Because that's your ego.
Yeah.
That's their ego kicks. Because it's a lot easier for us to believe as our ego, well, they're just going to go for some pussy old.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, oh, is there better options than us? Is there women in the world that are from cultures that actually raise wives? That raise wives. They don't raise strong, independent Beyonce women.
And again,
they actually raise wives.
And again, when we talk about this, we're talking about the UK. We're talking about the US.
Yeah.
Because you go to African countries.
They're taught to be wives.
Yeah.
But the African girls here are different. That's the British side of them, not the African side. The problem is a Gen Z.
Yes, it's definitely.
It's a Gen Z. What's the word that I say?
Definitely.
What's that word that we say? Entitled.
Yeah.
It's a Gen Z entitled behaviour. I want.
110%.
I deserve.
Because as I said, thinking about it, my mum's generation, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same.
No. There was no problem. You were around who you were around. Don't get me wrong. Multiculturalism has done that as well.
Yeah.
Multiculturalism has done that. But multiculturalism shouldn't lead men to say they won't date any women of their race because they find them unattractive because of their personality. That's a problem. That's not just multiculturalism. Multiculturalism might mean, okay, I love black women and I date them, and sometimes I date white women and sometimes I date Indian women, and there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. And to be honest, I don't think there's anything wrong with a man saying, I don't date within my race, I have a type. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with white women saying, I only date black guys. That's your type, that's your preference, whatever. But when you're being shamed for it, the same way that black women will shame black men who don't want to date black women is the same way that white men will shame white women. Like, what's wrong with us? Why you got to go and date those monkeys for? Why you got to go and date those? Do you know what I mean?
I think that is a big thing as well. I think the only thing why we don't really talk about that as much is because it's a little bit more under wraps.
What bit?
Just that the white men kind of having issues with white women
No.
dating black men.
Do you know-
I think that's a little bit more subtle.
Do you know why?
They've made it more subtle, and I think we're not really exposed to it based on our race.
Do you know what I think with that?
Go on.
The reason why people don't discuss it?
Why?
Because it's so fucking obvious. You're jealous. You can't be them, so you get jealous. But if we said that, if we use that same logic with black women and said, you're just jealous, innit? They offer something better than you do.
That's mad. Yeah, it would be a massive
What's the
problem.
first thing you say to white guys that go, why are all these girls going with black women? Obviously, you're not giving them something that they want, and these guys are.
Yeah.
And they're not just walkovers, and they're not just doormats. They're obviously giving them something that they want, and that you can't give them. But why don't we use that same logic to black women that shame black men?
It just goes back to just men and women, and just men having it really raw and straight and raw, and the women, we're always kind of going around the houses
It's accountability. It's accountability.
to kind of explain things.
If you're attracted to a group of people who are not attracted to you, but you know there's potential there because it's nothing to do with your looks, it's to do with your personality, then you need to decide if they need to change their perspective and just like you for who you are, or maybe you need to adjust, because if you want to catch something, you have to adjust to its environment, not the other way around. A hunter needs to adjust to the deer's environment. The deer doesn't need to adjust to the hunters. So if you want black men, and black men are telling you, we don't like this, this, and this about you, rather than say, well, then you just can't handle a strong woman, I'm not changing, I'm perfect as I am, I'm a queen.
Yeah.
Maybe think, do they have a point? Because if everyone is saying it, maybe there's a point there.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're right, because you can have a lot of people saying something and the minority can be right. But is it not at least worth exploring if everyone says it? Is it not at least worth a conversation, or at least some internal soul searching to think, you know what? Have they got a point? Do I maybe act like that? Is this if I can improve? Because like I say, it's not to do with your looks. Black women are beautiful.
Yeah.
Black women are beautiful.
Agreed.
We're going to get stick in it.
Yeah.
100%.
It's going to be a mad thing.
Mad thing.
I'm going to get stick. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking